Hello everyone, this is Aaron Giampietro from the Morningstar Packing Company with your February 28, 2025 Tomato Bite Update. Yesterday marked the official start of transplanting season, with tomato seedlings leaving the greenhouse and making their way into the fertile soils of the Central Valley. With fantastic weather to kick things off, we're pleased to be off to a strong start. Over the next 3 months, California growers will plant over 1.4 billion tomato plants, carefully managing maturity for a smooth, efficient harvest. It's all about timing. Every step now lays the groundwork for success later. With planting underway, the next big question is, what will 2025 supply look like? At this stage, we already have a clear picture. Acres are booked, seedlings are in the greenhouse, and we're closely tracking industry data, especially from the California League of Food Producers. On December 1st, total U.S. processed tomato supply stood at 10.3 million raw short tons, following a 6-month average disappearance rate of 1.15 million tons per month. We know that the disappearance rate is typically higher in the first half of the reporting year due to contract cycles. Using our estimates, if disappearance annualizes to 11.88 million tons, U.S. inventory by July 1st, 2025 would be 4.5 million tons, roughly 4.5 months of stock on hand before the 2025 crop comes in. To put that into perspective, processors generally aim for about 2.5 months of inventory to balance holding costs while maintaining strong service levels. At that level, we would have enough stock on hand to get through mid-September while actively packing the new crop. The January USDA NASS report projects 200,000 acres planted with an estimated 51 tons per acre, totaling 10.2 million tons, about 8% less than 2024 harvested tonnage, as processors work to rebalance inventories after carrying higher stocks from the past 2 seasons. At 51 tons per acre, the yield assumption is optimistic, especially with the last decade averaging 48.8 tons per acre. When contracted acreage shrinks, growers tend to focus on their best performing fields, which can push tonnage higher. While this supports the potential for above average yields, it's still early and we need to remain pragmatic. Based on the 10-year average field yield, our estimate suggests harvest could come in below 10 million tons. Some 2025 contract demand will need to be met with prior crop, helping to reduce stock levels to a more balanced position. On the demand side, California continues to increase its share of the North American market, which is seeing steady consumption growth. Meanwhile, rest of world exports have remained stable, and current forecasts suggest this trend will continue. We can pull all these inputs together and estimate that the U.S. industry will enter July 1st, 2026, with around 2.5 months of stock on hand, a reassuring projected inventory level, setting the stage for stronger, more typical production volumes in 2026. In the near term, export performance will be a key factor, especially with shifting global trade dynamics. California's water position is solid for this time of the year, with statewide snowpack at 85% of average and reservoirs at 118% of average following February storms. In response, the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation has more than doubled initial water allocations for Central Valley farmers south of the Delta compared to last year, while also committing $315 million to build Sites Reservoir and expand San Luis Reservoir. Additionally, the State Water Project has announced a 35% allocation, further supporting the need for investment in water storage and the Delta Tunnel project. The bottom line? Global supply remains plentiful, but worldwide production is projected to decline by 10%. Our focus now is on delivering real value to the market while working toward lower inventory levels to ensure better balance. Despite uncertainty, our team is here to support you with supply chain optimization, business strategy, marketing planning, and innovation. We'll be back in a few months as transplanting nears completion, but in the meantime, feel free to reach out with any questions. And don't forget to check our website for current market pricing and crop updates. Thank you.